Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. Guys, I've got some major breaking news coming out for you that I need to share with you urgently. We've got reports from the New York Times stating that Ali Khamenei, the Iranian supreme leader, has ordered an attack on Israel directly after the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh. Okay, Ismail Haniyeh is the top Hamas leader, and he was eliminated in an airstrike by the Israelis last night around 2 a.m. in the capital of Iran called Tehran. Okay, so he was staying at a residence inside of Tehran last night, and he was there for the last day or so to attend the inauguration for the new president in Iran. So Israel had intelligence of where he was staying at, apparently, whether that was U.S. intelligence or Israeli intelligence, and they launched an airstrike taking him out. Okay, so this is inside of Iranian territory, and because this attack took place on their territory, their own sovereign nation, now they have the right to respond, and they're going to attack Israel. So this lines up perfectly because we just talked about this yesterday from U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin. He was in the Philippines speaking to reporters, and he said that if Israel comes under attack, we will defend them. Okay, so it looks like this is going to happen all over again, like what we saw back in April, but I believe this is going to be 10 times worse because I don't think this is just going to be Iran, attacking Israel directly. Last time we had Iran along with Hezbollah attacking Israel, but I think all the Iranian-backed groups are going to attack at the same time. But for sure, we know that Iran is going to respond, and they're going to be ordering an attack very soon on the Israelis. So let me show you this here real quick before we get into this article. I found this on the Times of Israel. Herzog urges citizens to show diligence, adhere to instructions as Israel girds for retaliation. This is Isaac Herzog, the president of Israel, coming out and urging the citizens to prepare and show diligence and adhere to instructions. Pay attention if they call for them to go inside of bomb shelters or whatever it might be, because the same thing is about to happen to them all over again. But this may be much worse than just a straight attack. This could definitely turn into an all-out war. We're going to have to see what happens, but things are about to spiral out of control in the Middle East, and I think it's all about to begin here very soon, sometime probably within the next week. It's just going to get absolutely insane. So let me go ahead and get into the news here for you. On the New York Times, Iran's leader orders attack on Israel for Haniyeh killing, officials say. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, ordered retaliation after humiliating security failure as Iran once again balances showing strength against the risk of escalation. So it says here, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, has issued an order for Iran to strike Israel directly in retaliation for the killing in Tehran of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh, according to 3 Iranian officials briefed on the order. Mr. Khamenei gave the order at an emergency meeting of Iran's Supreme National Security Council on Wednesday morning, shortly after Iran announced that Mr. Haniyeh had been killed, said the 3 Iranian officials, including 2 members of the Revolutionary Guards. They asked that their names not be published because they were not authorized to speak publicly. Iran and Hamas have accused Israel of the assassination. Israel, which is at war with Hamas in the Gaza Strip, has neither acknowledged nor denied killing Mr. Haniyeh, who was in Tehran for the inauguration of Iran's new president. Israel has a long history of killing enemies abroad, including Iranian nuclear scientists and military commanders. Okay, so that's exactly what we saw back in April. Israel launched a strike in the Iranian consulate inside of Damascus, Syria, taking out several IRGC commanders and some of their deputies, destroying that building. And then soon after that, we had this major response from Iran. Okay, now we're going to see the exact same thing again, but I think it's going to be much, much worse than what we saw before. So this information right here talks about that attack, what I'm discussing, so we're not going to go over that. But it says down here, now it is unclear how forcefully Iran will respond and whether it will once again calibrate its attack to steer clear of escalation. Iranian military commanders are considering another combination of attack of drones, and missiles on military targets in the vicinity of Tel Aviv and Haifa, but would make a point of avoiding strikes on civilian targets, the Iranian official said. One option under consideration is a coordinated attack from Iran and other fronts where it has allied forces, including Yemen, Syria, and Iraq, for maximum effect, they said. So look at that. See what I mean? This is going to be worse, okay? The Houthis will probably attack as well. I'm sure that's why I told you guys. It seemed like they were waiting for the right moment to attack Israel. And if they do this along with Iran, this will be the most effective attack coming from the Houthis. We know the Houthis have also hypersonic missiles now. So this is about to get very interesting for Israel. How are they going to defend from all these fronts at the same time? We just heard that coming from Israel's prime minister as well, him saying that they're under attack from multiple fronts, being attacked from all angles. That's what's about to happen because Hezbollah is going to attack them. The Houthis could potentially attack them. Then the Iranian-backed groups in the Middle East, also in Iraq and Syria, could also attack Israel at the same time, along with this massive attack coming from Iran. It's about to get insane, guys. Mr. Khamenei, who has the last word on all state matters and is also the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, instructed military commanders from the Revolutionary Guards and the army to prepare plans for an attack, both an attack and defense in the event that a war expands and Israel or the United States strike Iran, the official said. In his public statement about Haniyeh's death, Mr. Khamenei signaled that Iran would retaliate directly, saying, "We see avenging his blood our duty because it happened on the territory of the Islamic Republic." He said Israel had set the stage for receiving a severe punishment. Severe, okay? Statements from other Iranian officials, including the new president, Masoud Pezeshkian, the foreign ministry, the guards, and Iran's mission to the UN, also said openly that Iran would retaliate against Israel and that it had the right to defend itself against transgression on its sovereignty. Iran and regional forces it backs, Hamas, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and the Houthis in Yemen, and multiple militias in Iraq, form what they call the Axis of Resistance. Leaders of those groups were in Tehran for the inauguration of Mr. Pezeshkian. On Tuesday, Mr. Haniyeh was assassinated about 2 a.m. local time after attending the ceremony and meeting with Mr. Khamenei. So there's lots of more information. If you guys want to read this, I will gladly cite this down below for you so you can check it out. But ladies and gentlemen, this whole thing is just ready to pop off over here. I've been saying for a long time, it's a powder keg in the Middle East, and it's about to get insane, okay? So we're going to see a major response coming from Iran, most likely Hezbollah as well, probably even Hamas, with whatever capabilities they have down there. I'm sure they'll fire some form of rockets if they have them. And then also the Houthis, I'm sure they're ready for revenge too, okay? So it looks like this thing's building up to be a massive attack on Israel from multiple fronts and different angles. And the big question is, after this attack takes place, similar to what we saw back in April, is there going to be a major response afterward, okay? Is the U.S. going to strike Iran? Is the U.S. going to get involved in this fight? Will there be an offensive that comes after this, okay? Or will this just be another defense maneuver coming from the United States and all the other countries that stepped in last time, like Jordan, Saudi Arabia, France, UK? Are they all just going to step in and defend Israel again, and then that will kind of be it? And then we go back to the drawing board, square one all over again, or what's going to happen? That's the big question on the way things will go afterwards. But what we know right now is a massive attack is coming on Israel very soon. So prepare yourselves for anything. I always say this on this channel, go out and get a water filter if you can. Go get a Sawyer Mini. Get a simple water filter that's $20 to save your life. If something bad happens here and we get a major war that breaks out, systems go down, you can't filter water. Water is very important, but aside from that, get food, get supplies that you need, whatever you think you might need now, just in case something happens. I know many times things don't happen whenever we expect them to, and that's actually a good thing, okay? It's good that things don't spiral out of control, but we never know if one day they will. So just be prepared to the best you can be, just in case something does come from this. But I'm going to keep a close eye on this. As soon as we get more information, I will put out another update. But expect lots of updates coming out from the Middle East over the next week or so. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in today, guys. If you got something out of this update, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. We'll see you in the next one.